Well, we are back with new all-time highs out of Bitcoin. We saw $123,000 Bitcoin just yesterday. And, well, we're a little pulled back around 120, but a lot going on this week. How high will Bitcoin go? And, well, is the altcoin season here? It seems to have gotten started, at least with some of the channel favorites, altcoins. Also, what a week is shaping up out of Washington, D.C. as we have a huge week out of the Senate and the House, where we've dubbed Crypto Week in Washington, D.C. A lot going on there. I'm going to share my thoughts on that and give you some juicy details about who is attending Washington, D.C. As well. We're going to also talk a little bit of ETH today, along with some other favorite alts. Stellar Lumens is absolutely blowing the hell up. And that thing is almost 2x, or it was a full 2x, a little pullback. Also, HBAR's got a lot going on, and, well, there's just too much to cover right now. So let's jump right into it, and let's get this thing started. Hola! It's your boy, Big Rob, without Lil Dave, which is still on vacation. I think he'll be back tomorrow. We are coming live from Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada, home of the most entertaining show in crypto, period, end stop. Everyone else they try to take that old, boring financial show, and, well, they drop the ball. At least we deliver. And so, thank you for watching. If you're a first-time watcher here, or first-time checking in, or you're just not subscribed, do us a favor, subscribe, like the video as well. Please do us a favor. And because I am lacking a co-host today, I will keep an eye on the chat here. We got Xterra over there in Rumble, so always a big shout-out to you. I know I don't ever give you Rumble enough credit. But for those of you watching, please interact with the chat. I'll take some questions throughout the day. I know you guys are pretty excited with portfolio looking good and altcoin market being where it is, and, well, Bitcoin being at all-time highs as well. But let's get right into it. Currently under 120,000. Well, it looks like we're in this 120 range, trying to figure out which way the market's going to go. But as mentioned, we did see $123,000 briefly. That was this morning / last night. And since then, we've pulled back. We did drop down to 119 and 300 a few hours ago. And, well, here we are at 120. So have we made a new top and then consolidated, or is this just the next stop? Because, you know, if you would have said, hey, you know what, we went from 109 and we're at 111, we're just going to consolidate and then perhaps come back or just hang out there. That didn't really happen, right? So if you go back about 5 days ago when we broke 111, we were only there for 1 day. And then from there, we were only from 111 to 117, 118 for 1 day. And so here we are again. You know, we did consolidate for a total of 3 days, or two to 3 days, before we broke out above 120. And so it seems like the market is really heating up, particularly Bitcoin. And so I would be very, very cautious on any short positions right now because, well, the shorts, I just wouldn't trust it. You don't want to short a market when you're in a bull market. You got to be very cautious of shorting. It's tough. That's a tough one. But I do think that we are probably heading to 125. I think that's safe to say. There's a lot of big news coming out today as well out of Washington, D.C. So we are excited to see what comes out of there. There's going to be some very progressive legislation coming in. There's 3 bills coming in, but I'll get to that in a moment. Let's take a look here. So biggest weekly close of all time. So on the weekly candle, We closed at 119 and 84 cents. So this is the highest we've ever closed on BTC. Take a look also what is coming out of the ETF, and particularly BlackRock's IBIT. And so this was the third most traded ETF on the day. And this is compared to the S&P 500. And so Bitcoin is, well, trading with the largest index funds out there pretty much. Now, the ETF representation of the S&P 500 is the leading ETF, the one that has the most volume. But hey, I bet it's not far off of there. So a lot going on out of traditional markets. And also, the man, the myth, the legend is back at it again. Oh, excuse me. And so we are looking at 600,000 Bitcoin. You finally eclipsed the mark. So congratulations to MicroStrategy. Another buy, 4,225 Bitcoin, and at a price of $472 million. They bought each one at 111,000. So he pulled the trigger on this one a few days ago. You know, they have a unrealized, I don't have it pulled up here, but MicroStrategy has an unrealized profit from their Bitcoin acquisition at $60 billion. So since MicroStrategy started buying Bitcoin, well, they're now up $60 billion. That's quite a number there, you know. Also, something else that's up, Bitcoin and gold. And so if you take a look here, you got gold and Bitcoin. This is so far for year to date, right? So year to date, last 12 months, or excuse me, since January, you have gold and Bitcoin up 25 and respectively 27%. This is actually the first time we've ever seen gold and Bitcoin leading the charts. It's usually one or the other. Or something else altogether, but my take away here is that all of these other metrics here, or these other assets that we're looking at, basically, if you're in the economy, you have very little. Okay, you have very little things that have performed. Nothing has outperformed gold and Bitcoin, right? And so you go down this list, you have NASDAQ, you got U.S. large caps, you got the bond market, you got S&P 500. So there's a long list of traditionally well-performing stocks, commodities, bonds, even the United States economy, and nothing is outperforming Bitcoin. So it's hard to make an argument that Bitcoin's not the superior asset here. And then moving into altcoins, I want to take a look at the altcoin market, and I want to highlight here the biggest gainers on the 24 hours. But what I really want to do is take a second to look at what's up on the week. Okay, we got a meme. We got a new meme coin in here, number one, but we're gonna breeze past that. So looking here at this list for the week, up 93%. You got Pudgy Penguins. So Pudgy Penguins, Pengu. This is David's most cherished altcoin, and so this one is up almost a full 2x. Now, it is a meme coin. Don't believe this will stay around past this bull market cycle. Look no different than something like Shiba Inu or some of these other meme coins that kind of came into existence during a bull market, became very popular, and then essentially once the bull market topped, these meme coins just kind of fell off a cliff. And a lot of it comes off the fact that they lack utility, so there's really no reason to hold on to it. unless you believe that other people are going to come in and buy it. And so that aside, let's take a look at at the altcoins that, well, do stuff. You got Stellar Lumens. Now, Stellar Lumens, Stellar is absolutely crushing it. Went for 25 cents, sub 25 cents, 24 cents up to 51 cents just yesterday. Now, let that sink in. You got a 2x out of a damn near top 10 asset. This thing is absolutely exploding. The narratives behind Stellar, I mean, we could do a whole hour-long show about what Stellar's got going on. RWA, stable coins, remittance. There's also, I mean, you look at their DEX volume is absolutely exploded here recently. So DEX volume, this is per DeFi Llama on Stellar here, $1 million in DEX volume, shot up to 16 million. So I don't know what the hell's going on the layer one. I don't know what's going on in the ecosystem, but this thing is not only ramping up on price, but also on some of the metrics as well. Then you take a look at Stellar. Look at this tweet by Tomer Weller. Stellar validators will be voting to upgrade the network, and this is happening tomorrow. And so the proposal would increase network limits. Basically, it's a scaling network or scaling upgrade. And so more efficient, more scalable, and they're highlighting this is going to be for everyday financial services here as well. So not only is DEX volume ramping up, not only is the narratives increasing as far as its RWA reach. I think RWAs is probably the bread and butter. We've talked about this, I think all bull market, or at least the run up to it, was the fact that RWAs are probably going to be the winner because institutions are coming in and institutions are going to build on crypto. At least they're going to attempt to. And they're going to run a ton of transactions on there. And doing so, they're probably going to end up buying a lot of said altcoin to facilitate transactions, or at least have some skin in the game. We saw Robinhood tokenize the transfer of a stock or a buy and sell of a stock just 2 weeks ago on Arbitrum. And, Stellar's kind of bread and butter is RWAs, or at least it is at the moment. But it's a wide array of financial services that Stellar's doing. And so we do have a couple Stellar videos coming up this week. We're going to get into the ecosystem. So make sure you subscribe, have your notifications checked, because you don't want to miss out on everything that Stellar has coming up out of the pipeline. Now, another altcoin that's absolutely killing it, and another one of our channel favorites, and up a 62% on the week, or excuse me, 51%. That was Algorand, but Hedera's up 50% on the week as well. So we saw Hedera go from 15 cents to 25 cents just this week. We're getting very excited about how the performance out of Bitcoin, about new all-time highs, things of that nature. But there are some big winners. And I mean, guys, is it no coincidence? And I want to show you something here. Is it no coincidence that the channels that have the projects that are up the most are the ones that we just constantly, cover here? So Stellar, Hedera. Look at our catalog of lists. Hedera, Stellar, Hedera. Why the hell are we showing these videos just nonstop? Why? Because we're gonna take our portfolio and 2x this damn thing in a whole week. And that's just, which projects we like. Stellar, Hedera, Caspa, Virtuous Protocol. Virtuous Protocol hasn't even taken off yet. Not in this little rotation. So my thing is, where is Virtuals at? Man, this one is gonna explode. I've been spot on Virtual's chart. On the week, $1.40 to $1.70. That's not even the move. That's not even it. What I'm looking for is this move, 50 cents to $5. That's what I'm looking for. That 10x. Will it 10x from here? I don't think so. Will we see another 5x? Yeah. Will we see that $8 virtuals, $9 virtuals? Absolutely. When? T-minus 2 months. I don't know. Next 60 days, it's coming. Especially you start seeing that $1.30 Bitcoin. This is what we've been waiting for. We've been talking about it. We've been talking about this moment for too damn long. Bitcoin's in all-time highs. Altcoins are ripping. We are here to make money. And so there's a lot of trade opportunities. We got the trading show after this. Sistine Research goes live right after this one. That's our trading hub. We rotate different traders into that show. So you get different perspective, get different calls, different charts. If you can't make money in this bull market right now, like, you just need to give up. If you fuck this up right now and don't make money in this bull market in the next 6 months, like, do something else. Because it's going to be so easy to make money. Like, literally, all you got to do is buy and wait for it to 3x and then sell it. Making money has never been easier when the market runs like this. When you see this right here, never been easier. Take a look. This is what we've seen before out of Bitcoin. These giant moves. Here. This right here. This is happening again. You go back further. This right here happening again. If you can't make money buying here and selling at some point on this side, buy here, sell somewhere here. If you can't make money doing that, like, go get a retail job. Go fold some clothes at American Eagle. You watch our show, watch a couple other shows, do some kind of little bit of research, you'll crush it. You'll make money, and, well, your kids will thank you later on. Also, altcoins. Speaking of altcoins, so I'm sure we're all overexposed to altcoins. I am. I'm also crushing it in the market right now. My portfolio is looking good. I'm probably just going to go out and buy something today that I shouldn't, just to be irresponsible, because that's what I do. Sorry, man. This damn Zoom feature's not vibing with me today. All right, so total 2. That's market cap, everything outside Bitcoin. What is the totality of the crypto market when you take Bitcoin out of it? $1.33 trillion. What does that mean? Let's take a look at this chart. This is per data dash. Here, cup and handle. This is the market cap of all crypto. You see that market cap did go up to $1.6 trillion, was down to $600 billion at one point. And this was just a year and a half ago at the bottom of the bear market. We are forming a cup and handle. We have a breakout. And, well, you know, take it from 1.3 trillion to basically $3 trillion, a 3x in the crypto altcoin ecosystem. And this, I don't even think $3 trillion is going to do it. I think that in the next year, we'll see, within the next 12 months, we'll see $500,000 Bitcoin, which puts it well over $10 trillion. I think we see a $4 trillion market cap out of alts. There's going to be so much money made here. It's stupid. And this is what sets it off. I did want to give you guys, if you're coming to Las Vegas, For those of you that, well, don't make any money in altcoins, and you, well, like I said, you want to try something else. Here's another. There's another one here. Uno is being added to the table games in Las Vegas. So, can you have skill in Uno? Is that a thing? Is it 100% chance? Because I will say that if you hold the reverses and the skips and the draw force for the correct time, you know, I feel like, you know, you can outplay other people. I know when I play against my kids, I win all the time, and it's because, well, I'm a savant, you know, genius, and so I don't know. I haven't asked the chat anything in a while. I figure I'll probably ask you about crypto or Bitcoin, but I want to know, on a scale of 1 to 10, how good are you at Uno? We're going to do this backwards, though. Put a 1 in the chat for Uno. Put a Uno in the chat if you're the best there is. Nobody can beat you. Put a 10 in the chat if you're awful at Uno and it's completely random and you can't ever win and you always have all the cards in your hand when you play. Curious to see. 1 for Uno Savant, 10 for Uno, I'm curious. I have a feeling it's going to be a popular game out here. Something about Vegas and like these cheesy movies out here that they make. It's just in the strip club. I just feel like people are just going to come out here and blow their life savings on Uno for some reason. I don't know why. Let's get into some ETH here. So ETH's price. You take a look at ETH, $3,000. We are here yet again. Still an absolute awful chart compared to Bitcoin. Look at the 1 year, still underwater for 12-month return. When is this thing going to break out? Well, you can make an argument that the shorts are holding back ETH, and perhaps it's institutions or just the degens or the haters or whoever it is. I don't know. Either way, the amount of short positions, and you can see that the shorts have ramped up here throughout the year. So starting in 2024, in the last year and a half, the short positions on ETH, people are hating on it. We know what happens with a short squeeze. We don't know what a short squeeze is. Too many people go short, and then the market, well, starts clearing out shorts. You get giant breakouts and these magnificent God candles, as the degens like to call them. And, well, we are so leveraged up on shorts that, I keep saying, I'm like, hey, guys, I'm the biggest ETH hater there is. But at some point, consolidation and the suppression of price, especially when institutions are buying, it just doesn't make sense. I think that ETH should be around like $5,000. And still yet, even if ETH was at 5,000, it would still be underperforming Bitcoin. ETH was at $5,000. ETH was at $5,000 or say 4,700. So, you know, rounding up. Back in 2021, at the same time, so that was the height, ETH was trading with Bitcoin at $60,000. So even if ETH was $5,000, it would still be underperforming Bitcoin dramatically. And with that said, I do think that it should be priced around $5,000-$6,000. But yet it's not. Institutions are here. They have an ETF. It has the TVL. It has the dApps. It's the go-to DeFi, number one in RWAs. Well, why is the price being held down? Well, could make an argument. It's the shorts. It's the haters. It's perhaps all the people that mined Ethereum for so long, and then they switched it over to proof of stake during this bull market at the early stages. And now people are selling, right? People are moving over to other altcoins. Once the consolidation and the selling subsides, at that point, that's when it's going to break out. It's going to break out. There's a mismatch on price. And so How high does it go? I don't know, man. I think it should be priced at $5,000 to $6,000. And I think it can get there like within 2 weeks. I think if you get a big breakout in Bitcoin, consolidate. We did have a pretty big breakout in Bitcoin. I don't know what the catalyst is, but I think 2 to 3 weeks, this thing can go from $3,000 to $5,000. We saw Stellar do it. We saw Hedera do it. It's a lot bigger market cap. I get that. But there's also a lot more big money, real players in that space. XRP, $3. I got some XRP news for you too. Where's my XRP news? I'll get into that in a second. But XRP is at $3. You look here, it hit $3 flat, didn't pull back at all. It's not a psych out. This is just, look at this chart. I mean, $2.30 to $3 in the most up and steady to the right I've seen out of an altcoin this whole cycle. Yeah, this is on the 1 week. Sure, you can look on the 1 month. Even here, it's just, I mean, that's about as clean of a run as you can get, man. This thing's gonna make some people money. Also, take a look. You got Korean exchanges are buying up XRP. So this XRP rally isn't even coming from the U.S. And the U.S. is getting behind XRP, 100%. So take a look. So crypto analyst Dom, what's his gentleman's name? Dom. Either way, Dom. My boy Dom. He highlighted that the net buy pressures of 45 million XRP on spot markets fueled the run from $2.60 to $3. So according to him, 70% of volume came from Upbit alone. On Upbit, South Korean exchange, that accounted for 32 million XRP. Other exchanges were at about 11%, like Coinbase, Kraken. So starting to see XRP being bought up outside the U.S. We know that XRP is pretty damn popular here in the States. And once this ETF goes live, which we know that the ETF application's in, the Bloomberg analysts are giving the ETF over 90% chance of approval. You take into account that you got RWAs as a key narrative for XRP. We saw Stellar just absolutely 2x off of RWAs, essentially. And you're going to throw an ETF in on this as well. Bitcoin new all-time highs. You know, we've had Forrest on, channel confidant, friend, an absolute genius when it comes to the macro trends of crypto and identifying projects. And he's mentioned $16 XRP, $20 XRP, and it sounds crazy, right? But it's not even a 10x away from where it is now. And this man was talking about $16 XRP when XRP was at 50 cents. And everyone wanted to laugh at him. And I'm just telling you, man, it's coming, dude. The big breakout's coming. It's just, I hope you're diversified, man. Like, my strategy, I got XRP. I mean, if you want to, put some in on Ethereum at the moment. It's undervalued. I think it's going to break out. Really do. XRP. Solana, sleep at the wheel. Solana! Where my Solana homies at? If you're down with Solana, put a 1 in the chat. If you had to pick if you had to pick a spot, right? If you had to go one or the other, you had to go Solana. And so if you're a fan of Solana, put a 1 in the chat. But then also back it up with Solana or Cardano? Which one are y'all vibing with? I'm very bullish on Cardano right now. And I'll explain why. I think a lot of this is going to come out of Washington, D.C., but we'll get into that right now, actually. All right, so crypto week in America. So we had some bills going up at the House, and we're going to vote on the a few bills. This is what we have. We have the Genius Act is getting voted on today, but then also, so we got Genius Act. There was another one here. Let's see if I can find it. Blah, blah. So Genius Act. Anyways, there's 3 different bills going in. You have your stablecoin bill, your Genius Act, and then one other one. It'll come to me. All right. So Senate Banking Committee is prepping a high-level roundtable set to release its market structure discussion. So coming out today, we're going to get a breakdown of what day we're going to vote on what. And so big week shaping up. So on the House side, so House Majority Leader is expected to release the floor schedule today. Now, we're going to see the Genius Bill, the Clarity Bill, and the Anti-CBDC Bill. So you got the Clean Stablecoin Bill. Should head to the White House by the end of the week. So we could have stablecoin bill and the White House on the president's desk by the end of the week, which I don't think y'all fully grasp the power of the stablecoin bill. The stablecoin bill is going to, well, one, bring in stablecoins into the ecosystem, but stablecoin is a fuel. That is the fuel for the crypto ecosystem, right? You do your DEXs, you buy, sell, you onboard, you offboard. You know, you're essentially doing all of your crypto activity, unless you're just straight buying from Coinbase and then putting on a hardware wallet or whatever it is. All the fun happens with stablecoins. All the TVL essentially is measured in stablecoins. It's the fuel. It's the gasoline to the ecosystem that is crypto. And, well, that bill probably will pass, and then all of a sudden you're going to get a bunch of different DEXs just blowing up, right? Take an intermission here. We got Rob from Nathan Lowmaster. He says, Rob, are there any altcoins that are going to hold through multiple cycles? If so, which ones? I'll get to that on the back end of the crypto week out of Washington. I'll give you my picks for long-term holds. The list is very short. I'll just be honest with you. But the stablecoin bill, I think, is massively underrated. That's coming. That's going to be on the desk, and that's the fuel to our bull market. It really is, at least for altcoins. Bitcoin doesn't need stablecoins. We already know that. But I think you're going to see that stablecoins are going to move over our apps, right? The apps that you have on your phone, your stablecoins are going to move through there. I think the days of Zelle.me is going to be over. Or maybe even Zelle starts using crypto. It starts moving crypto a little bit in a faster, more efficient way, cheaper. And then what blockchains will institutions pick up? That's my question. All right, so Senate's also having some hearings today, or hearing this week. So here, this is a good one. So the Banking Committee Chairman Tim Scott is hosting a roundtable. So basically, we got Congress having a roundtable talking about crypto regulation, and they're doing it with the likes of Charles Hoskinson, founder Cardano, Silvio Macaulay, founder Algorand, and also the former SEC commissioner as well. And so they're going to talk about regulatory clarity, market compliance, and responsible innovation. I always look forward to hearing Charles Hoskinson speak in front of Congress. He is a wordsmith and gifted in convincing people that, well, don't be irresponsible and leave crypto behind. And, well, I think he'll make a very good arguments on why we need certain regulation and what is hampering the innovation that we currently have. And so you also have, it's gearing up to release its market structure draft. So that's going to be the Senate's version of the Clarity Act. And so a lot coming out here. So also you do got the Senate Agriculture Committee. It's holding its first hearing as well on crypto market, zeroing in on stakeholders and federal oversight on commodities. So more of a commodity side. You got the CFTC chairman, Rostin Binham, there as well. A lot of other important figures. So that's what's coming out of Washington. And so Genius Act this week on the president's desk. And then here is the U.S. Senate Banking Committee. So a quick video here. So I'll just roll this one and be right back.
I really appreciate the leadership that you've demonstrated in this important area. And I also want to commend you and thank my colleagues here on the committee for your actions to support our recent Genius legislation.
Yes, sir.
That provides much needed regulatory certainty in the area of payment stablecoins that I think we desperately needed. And I've also been amazed and very pleased in the wake of that to see the energy and the enthusiasm behind market structure legislation. And I'm very pleased to see this esteemed group of folks here today that are ready to testify to help us with that. For too long, the lack of intelligible definitions, jurisdiction, and pathways to registration from our regulators have forced digital asset innovation beyond our borders. One of the saddest things that I heard as I came into the Senate, talking to members of the industry, with the brilliant people, were taking up new jobs and new positions in countries other than our own because they felt they couldn't survive here. Why is that? Because in the void of regulatory framework, the SEC and others had stepped into that void and done one of the most pernicious things that we ever see here in Washington, the so-called enforcement by regulation, or regulation by enforcement, I'm sorry. That creates massive uncertainty. That has lent itself to
those days are over. The regulation by enforcement is a thing of the past. It was the tool of choice or the weapon of choice by the former SEC chair, Gary Gensler. That whole thing's been cleared out, and we know that we are fostering innovation when it comes to crypto and regulation. And so, you know what? Ask anybody in crypto at a convention, small little startup, what do they think about America? And they're like, I can't do it. It's too much regulation, and they're trying to sue us, and so nobody ever wanted to build anything in America. You wouldn't want to. So we saw crypto moving to Dubai, we saw it moving to Singapore, South Korea, Hong Kong, and well, that's been where crypto is being built up until now. Now everything's going to come back here. It's about to, if you're watching here in the United States, and well, you're about to see, you're going to be inundated and flooded with crypto services. The regulations are going to be gone. The only thing you'll have is a KYC. You'll have to, upload your driver's license or whatever it is, which is standard for investing. And so if you were investing in the stock market, you still need to update, who you are, so that way they can tax appropriately. But even taxes might be a thing of the past when it comes to the crypto taxes. Capital gains on Bitcoin could be a thing of the past. Maybe throughout this crypto week, they talk about taxes and what that means for crypto as far as investing. So they treat Bitcoin like a currency, which you could argue it is, a cryptocurrency. You don't tax currency, right? You don't tax somebody buying and selling the dollar. You don't tax people for buying and selling euros. It's currency. You don't tax those. And so, could we get a situation where you don't tax Bitcoin? I move in and out of Bitcoin with my dollars. And if that happens, my God, if we get no tax on Bitcoin, holy dog shit. You're talking about You're talking about the movement and the transfer of wealth to crypto. Because then you can subvert taxes on retirement accounts. You can either park your money in the S&P 500 and then let that grow annualized 6% year over year, protect against inflation, or at least be on par with it somewhat, and then cash out and sell for as part of your retirement, pay taxes, capital gains on that, or you can just buy Bitcoin and outperform everything and, well, not pay taxes on it. That's like, whew, that's the dream scenario. And if that happens, my God, market's going to rally. Also, super chat, Cindy Lou, $9.99. He said, at this price, would you keep packing more XRP? Depends. What's your time horizon? How long are you looking? I would say anything over the next 6 months on a hold. I think XRP is an amazing buy. Also, I'll get back to Nathan Lowmaster's super chat in a moment as well. He was asking about my altcoins. And, you know, it's... let's take a look. XRP, $3. Would I buy right now? Well, yeah. It could pull back, right? We could have... I'll just say this. My altcoin thesis is this, right? If you're trying to make money in the next 90 days, well, it's going to be impossible to tell you what I think is the best move. If you're looking out past 90 days, you're looking out to December, then at this point, it's like I said earlier, like it's going to be impossible not to make money in this damn market unless you really just fuck it up. Bitcoin will be $200,000 by the end of the year. That right there is a pretty damn good investment. Let's say you make $5,000 a month. If you take half of it and you just buy Bitcoin, $2,500, and you just wait till the end of the year, you'll double your paycheck. Or you'll at least double that part. You'll make $5,000. You'll be at $200,000 Bitcoin by the end of the year. So if you drive Uber, whatever it is, just to make ends meet, take half your paycheck, put it in Bitcoin. Just that alone, the safest asset in crypto, you can double your money in 5 months. It's coming. Grok told me so. I asked Grok last week. I said, Grok, where's the price of Bitcoin going to be in December? Supercomputer, almost as smart as myself, has, said that Bitcoin's price is going to land somewhere between $220,000 and $280,000. And so the safest asset you can 2x in 5 months. Like, come on, guys. Come on. Like, if you missed this one, shame on you. Ethereum, undervalued. This is a killer. XRP next year, I don't know the exact time horizon. Next year will be $10. So to answer your question in a long 10-minute format, yes, I'm buying XRP at $3. And yes, I'm selling it after $10. Not all of it, but I'll take some profits. I'll make some money. It's an easy flip. It's an easy flip. $10 isn't even crazy. $10 was the YouTube like clickbait thumbnail 2 years ago when XRP was at 50 cents. Now it's a 3x away. 3.5x away. You can get a $10 XRP. Also, Solana. I saw a lot of ones in here earlier. I asked about Solana. I think Solana is gonna flip BNB. I don't know if it'll flip Tether. I mean, I think Tether and Bitcoin become like coupled. I think Tether, Circle, Bitcoin, these are going to be the top three. You can't invest in Tether or Circle, so it is what it is. It's a stable coin, market cap. So I think 2027, 2028, maybe 2029, I don't know. Your top three market cap is from moving forward is going to be Bitcoin, Tether, Circle, or Bitcoin, Circle, Tether. I don't know what order. Then from there, it'll be your altcoins. And your Solana, I think, is going to be up there with ETH. Closes the gap. ETH, $360 billion market cap. Solana, 4x away. I think it becomes very comparable. 4x away from where it is currently. Solana, don't sleep on Solana, man. This thing will crush it. $30, $30, 200. $20, 200. And it's the place to be. Faster than Ethereum. More dApps that people are actually using than Ethereum. ETF coming down the pipeline. It's what people are using. You can argue like, hey, everyone's using Blockbuster, but hey, there's a new guy in town. He's faster. You don't have to worry about rewinding your movies. They get mailed straight to your house. It's the faster, better, more efficient technology, and it has institutional adoption, and it's got ETF coming down the road, and people are using it, and the dApps are here. Like everything. If I were to show you two products, one is clunky, ugly, and nobody uses it. Like it's like a Nintendo, like a Super Nintendo. You're like, but it's got Mario Kart. It's got what else was on Super Nintendo? Yeah, Mario Kart, Metroid. You had Super Mario Brothers. It was good. It's amazing. I'm not hating on Super Nintendo, but if my kid was coming up to me and said, "Hey, Dad, I want a new video game system," I said, "All right, son, I can either get you a Super Nintendo or a PlayStation 5. Like, it's a no-brainer. Like, it's a no-brainer. Yes, there's a community of die-hard Super Nintendo players, but it's night and day. Now, eventually Ethereum will scale, and eventually Ethereum will be, a better technology, hopefully. And when that day comes, you'll get a Nintendo Switch, right? But right now, we're in the days of Super Nintendo. And you're talking about Solana, which is so far more advanced, scalable, everything. It's Ferrari versus a Honda Civic. It's that dramatic. And so the fact that the market cap is so far apart, it's asinine to me that the price is where it is, and the price has moved. And you get these big breakouts, another one's coming. I'd have to say that, like, outside, I'm more bullish on Solana than XRP. I'm more bullish on Solana than ETH. I'm more bullish on Solana than Doge. At this moment, I'm more bullish on Solana than I am Cardano. Stellar's the only thing I think I position, and it had a big breakout, but I think Stellar is probably going to get you a bigger return than Solana. But outside of that, it's tough, man. Hedera and Stellar are going to outperform Solana, and that's just because they're a smaller market cap. Solana will be over $1,000 this bull market. Write it down, take a picture, stamp it, screenshot it, tattoo it, DM me later when I'm right. Solana's going to make you some money. What's up in the chat? Anybody say anything fun in here? What do we got? I'm going to go through the chat. If you guys got any questions here, Seabert Visual says Solana's dead. Also, we got and Adam Bates says Muhammad to zero. Okay, we'll sell that one. Then Nando says bills don't pay themselves, Rob. I think he was talking about when I said take half of your earnings and put it into crypto. You know what? That's just how I operate. Even before this whole thing, I took about 50% of my income from my base job, and then I invested that. And then I figured out the bills elsewhere, right? Side jobs, trading, things of that nature. I made my income elsewhere. I also live below my means, too. very affordable mortgage, cheap house, buy stuff. No, you know, I don't blow money, right? And I will be rewarded when I sell my whole portfolio or pass it down to my kids or whatever it is. And so, David Middleton says, funny, he wants to convert his Solana into XLM. You know, I don't disagree with that. And as I said, I think that Stellar will outperform Solana. But at the same time, I would stay diversified. If you got a ton of XLM and you don't got very much Solana or Cardano, whatever it is, then I would buy Solana. If you got a ton of Solana, you ain't got any exposure to XLM, or, you know, XLM and XRP are kind of in the similar category, right? It's kind of like Solana, Cardano, XRP, Stellar. These are all similar investment, right? One's going to pump, the other one will pump too. One will outperform the other. I don't know which one it is, but I wouldn't go all, if my altcoin portfolio, I wouldn't go 50% altcoin portfolio, XRP, 50% XLM, right? Diversify. Pick one or the other, or, you know, and then get another sector, right? And so it's gonna be juicy here in the next 90 days. I think this week is gonna shape up. Big week coming down the pipeline, and so I would be ready if you're a day trader, because I think there's gonna be some big headlines coming out. You're gonna have everyone in Congress. Also, Coinbase is advertising quite heavily in Washington, D.C. So they know that all the crypto individuals there, they got about just shy of $1 million budget. They're throwing out billboards, those moving trucks, a lot of ads, flyers, meetups. And so it's gonna be a good week out of Washington. But without further ado, we're gonna wrap this thing up. Tomorrow we get the return of David. And so we'll get his perspective. We got some videos coming down the pipeline as well for you. And, well, without further ado, let's just wrap this thing up. We'll come back tomorrow. Hopefully we're new all-time highs again, 125,000 perhaps. I do think we're going to cool off today. But I think Wednesday, Thursday, new all-time highs again. And then we get 48 hours of cool off. But we'll be back tomorrow.
Everybody know what we here for. Entertainment and info. Gonna show you how to get that big dough. So every day stay tapped in. For big facts, no capping. With Bitcoin, if you're in, then you win. We divide the pie with no fraction. It's Big Rob, David. I split the game, but they gave it. Name the coin, it's your favorite. I got dry powder, why save it? To the OGs, new beginners. Special shout out to the well members. Buy the dip, sell winners. Ain't really nothing you can tell sinners. Tune in for the latest new flavors. They gonna teach us mean coins. They polarizing like barbecue chicken pizzas. I laugh with a major grin. Laggers, we trade them in. Baddies, they came to sin. And sinners gon' play to win. Screaming hola, till my bags are flowing over. Hold ya, to the moon, then to the solar. Won't I? Don't be letting FOMO control ya. It's over when the finger tornado close ya.